The theme of identity in Bichongayan stealing Buddha's dinner. Introduction. There are many reasons why an author may decide to write a book that is different from other books out there. They include entertainment, education of the reader, among others. The author uses themes in order to attain their objective. Themes can be conceptualized as the general ideas or messages that the author desires to put across to the reader. A book or any other writing may have one theme or many of them. The themes may be independent of each other, or in some cases, they may be intertwined with one another. Bichongayan's stealing Buddha's dinner is not an exception. There are many themes that are discernible throughout this memoir. The book is regarded by many as a memoir that depicts Bich's life as a war refugee in America. The memoir relates, in first-person narrative, how Bich's family run away from Vietnam to America in search of a better life. Themes such as food, culture, identity, and communism are some that are to be found in this memoir. The theme of identity. For the better part of her life, Bitch struggles to create an identity that she can call her own. This is especially so given the fact that she is growing up within a community that has a different culture from that of her family. She is a Vietnamese girl growing up in white-dominated Grand Rapids region of Michigan State. Bitch is exposed the American culture given that she has to attend school and interact with the white children. This is unlike her grandmother, who is able to sustain her Vietnamese identity with few challenges. The grandmother keeps a shrine in her house that is dedicated to Buddha. She also withholds her Vietnamese culture through the food that she prepares for the family. She prepares traditional Vietnamese cuisine such as the sticky green rice. More than anything else, Bitch desires to attain the American identity. She realizes that she is an outsider in the American society, and her only hope is enculturation. She has to immerse herself into the American culture so that she can fit in with the American crowd. Like any other human being, Bitch is terrified of being different. This is especially so considering the fact that the white society looks down on the minorities in their midst. The need for an all-American identity was also promulgated by the media. Bitch remembers the signs that adorned the highways, flags proclaiming an all-American city. Food and identity. Food forms a very important part of one's cultural identity. As Cao aptly puts it, there are a lot of meanings attached in food, and the meanings are like additional flavors to the food. Either consciously or subconsciously, Bitch seems aware of this fact. She literally tries to eat her way into the American identity. Bitch is convinced that if she can eat the American food, she will become an all-American, albeit from the outside. This is why she indulges in American food such as hamburgers with onions, hot chocolate, and fried chicken. In this, the interplay between the media and self-identity is evidence. The television commercials glorify fast food, and Bitch is under the impression that this is the hallmark of an American identity. She wants to eat the food that is advertised on television. She was very attached to this food to the point of becoming anxious. She wished all the food in her home to be all American. Every time I opened the fridge, I would wish for the food inside to magically turn into American food, authors paraphrase. She would even go to the extent of stealing money to satisfy her cravings. This was especially so given that Rosa, the woman that her father married, was frugal. She even went as far as to despise the food that her family ate. This is because she identified it with Vietnamese culture, which was lowly regarded in an all-American city. She regarded American as the food for normal people, and she wanted to be a normal person. Identity crisis. An identity crisis is visible throughout the memoir. Despite her indulgence in American food, Bitch felt that she never fitted within this society. She felt she was an outsider. The identity crisis extended even within her family. Not only could she not fit within the community, but she was also an outsider within the family. Many are the times she felt relegated into the background, at home and in school. This was aggravated when her father married Rosa. The latter was an American Mexican. She brought to the family a half-sister and a half-brother for Bitch. Bitch could identify with her siblings since they were of different cultural extraction. Her grandmother was comfortable with her Vietnamese heritage. She had no need to change in old age. This left Bitch alone. Bitch's identity crisis was not helped by the fact that she lacked a stable family to support her. Her father was only concerned with his feather factory job and his friends with whom they drank together. Her sisters and brother expunged her out of their worlds. Her grandmother was busy with her Buddha shrine, while her stepmother lacked maternal guidance. Conclusion. In conclusion, It is important to note that it is not Bitch alone who has an identity crisis in this memoir. Identity crisis is evidence in the life of the other characters, albeit in varying degrees. Bitch's grandmother could not identify with the American cuisine. When the family ate out, her grandmother's dislike for the fries was as evident as the masks that we wore. Rosa's son with Bitch's father also has an identity crisis. He is born of a Vietnamese father and an American-Mexican black mother. This essay on the theme of identity in Bitch and Guy and Stealing Buddha's Dinner was written and submitted by user Dominic Barker to help you with your own studies. You are free to use it for research and reference purposes in order to write your own paper. However, you must cite it accordingly.